Start recording. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy LSR Rock 254. Man, you tune in for another one. It's a little bit different. We are trying to see what we can do as far as tune on our Cutlass. Here recently, went in put the draggy in the Cutlass, and how do I say this? I was not impressed. I was not impressed. Yes. It was bad. A few people saw the actual numbers, and yeah, some stuff wasn't adding up, and so we here to redeem ourselves. All right, you thought we was going out? Did you really think we was going out like that? No way, boy. Ain't no fucking way. So we back. Let me tell you what we about to do. First of all, let me tell y'all a little story. So I was out in the universe trying to find some help, as a lot of times I do reach out, man. My pride is not too big to, be like, hey, I need some help. So long story short, I'm gonna try not to drag it out, man. So took the Cutlass out with the draggy, got the results, was not too impressed. After looking back at the log, man, I was just looking like, yo, something is not right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on, but I can definitely tell you that something is not right. So it was at that point in time that I said, okay, well, let me reach out into the universe. You know what I'm saying? See if I can find somebody out here giving that good information, just like I do, on my channel. Pretty much all the LS swap stuff that you need, you can pretty much find it on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much do an LS swap from, start to finish. I don't do them, however, the information is there so that, people can use this resource, and figure things out themselves. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put in a little bit of effort on your side, and and it's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So, like I said, this long story short is getting kind of longer. So basically what it came down to was there was this guy, he reached out to me. He was like, yeah, we want to get your car running straight, woo, 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 woo. You know what I'm saying? So after us probably messaging back and forth for, off and on for about 30 minutes, then he was like, oh yeah, well, the only thing we didn't discuss is price. And, I told him, look, I'm a straight shooter. I don't got that kind of bread, honestly. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to get pointed in the right direction. I didn't know that it was like, people soliciting their services, especially when their services is kind of over the price point of like tuners that I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it really got down to the nitty gritty, there is one tuner that I know I would go to, and he is almost $200 more expensive than that tuner. So, yeah, it's crazy. So I politely declined, and it motivated me to get back on my on my LS Chevy shit. Identify your weaknesses, make it your strength. So that leads us here to this video in which we're about to deep dive off into. So let me go ahead and open up the tune file. So this right here is the base tune. Well, not, I mean, it is the tune that is currently on. This is the tune that is currently on the Cutlass. So basically what I wanted to do was check some things out, compare it to a file in which is said to be for a 6.0 with a mild cam, long tube headers, very close and identical to what I have going on. So I just want to kind of see where, you know, where the disconnect is. And the only way that I know to do that is to, you know, just kind of evaluate and see what the differences are. So let's just do that. Let's do that. So we got the file here. I always open up the file that I have the rights to first, because that's the one that I'm able to edit. If I was to open the other file first, all changes that would be made would be to the first file that you open. The first file is, you know, the file, like I said, G-Body 15 base, and then this one right here, you open up a compare file, which is what you're going to compare the file to. Is this one right here, HP Tuners P01 60 mile cam long tubes, 92 octane tune, 330 wheel horsepower. So we're gonna open up that tune for the beta compare file. So the only thing that you're able to do with this file is compare. There's a couple ways you can look at it. If you look right here, this is going to show you the main file. This is going to show you the compare file. And then this is going to show you the differences. So if there are any differences, here, I'm saying, this is what it's going to show you. So now, something that I did learn along the way, if you want to look at all the differences in the whole tune file without taking like forever, then what you want to do is you want to come up here to compare. You want to go to view comparison log. When you click on view comparison log, it's going to show you all the differences. Like in the whole wide tune. So I'm gonna go through this, and then I will catch y'all back on. I will put up, I guess, a separate file, or I'll ask you guys what you want, and then if you really want the in-depth version of this, I'll upload it. If not, then you'll get the part where we skip the whole long drawn out process of going through the whole file. So alright, if you're still with us, we are about to go through the whole file in depth to see exactly what it was that was going on with this tune file. I always like to start at the bottom of all these categories, but I mean, some of them can get really deep. So the first thing you want to do is you want to file, and you want to save as your file. So we'll name it G-Body 15th experiment, because that's exactly where it is. That's exactly what it is. But you wanna always save that original file, so you don't never have to worry about not being able to go back and make said changes. So now everything that I'm making a change to is going to be as G-Body 15th experiment and not over my base file that's in my car right now that I know without a shadow of a doubt is running. So worst case scenario, oh shit, let me load this up so I can get home and do whatever it is that I need to do. Alright. So speed limiter, where you're limited by fuel. Like I said, I'm starting at the bottom, which is speedometer. Limiter, limit by fuel, speed limiter. Stock file shows that it is limited to 98 miles per hour, where this one is maxed out 200 and 200. Which is odd. I don't know why it would be set that low. So what I'm gonna do, because if we're going 200, we know stuff. If we're going 200, then we know stuff is real. Like I said, I apologize in advance for this, for the noise. I don't really have explanation for it. So we're going to set those where they're 200 and 200. Now, if you click on the differences, there's nothing that is different. Alright. So the next thing on the list, so that's going to take care of the limited by fuel. If you look at the calibration, gear ratio, tire size, that I'm not going to mess with because I know that mine is specific to my car. This car clearly has 373s, final gears. Mine are like 214. So yeah, that I'm not gonna mess with. As far as the speedometer, I honestly don't know if it even makes a difference, being that we run at 350 trans anyway. So let's just go ahead and save. So system is the next thing. The disabled conditions for the AC disabled. Let's see. On the G-Body file, AC research 55 5000. This is 45 3500. I'm not gonna worry about that because we don't even have AC. None of that stuff is even really a factor. So move off from AC. Ignition off. So it looks like here, and actually if you hover over this stuff, man, like it'll let you know exactly what it is that it does. So the enable temp says ignition off, fan enable temp. If engine coolant is above this value when ignition is switched off, fans will run for run time. So I don't know why that shit. I don't know why that's so high. I don't know why you would ever be at. I don't know why you would ever be that high. Let's just say if you were at 2. Let's say if we was at 200, and then you could have it run for 5 seconds afterwards. That's something that I'm just curious to see how and if it works. I'm pretty sure it works. I just didn't know. AC fans disable speed. So this says if AC is if AC is on, both fans will disable if speed is above this value and other thresholds are not met. So that we don't have to worry about. These fans are coming on at 190, 185, 210, and 200. Their fans were set a little bit higher, so for that I am cool. I am cool with those differences. Alright, so moving on from fans, when you go into your vats, of course, I have no vats. This person had cereal, because mine is swapped. Apparently his is not. So goody gumdrop. Right. So we are done with the system. We'll save it as we continue. Now we get to the fuel system. Fuel tank capacity 17 gallons, 34, all that different stuff. I do not know that this really affects anything. However, this is some stuff you could know. Maybe if it was like running through the computer and the PCM, it would make more sense. I don't foresee one needing this here. I guess 26 is full and 0 is 0. So interesting. Fuel volume versus level. But yeah, like I said, that's not something we're gonna need. Fuel tank gauge, I think we're good. So fuel system is good. Transmission diagnostics, I don't believe is going to be a thing because of the simple fact that we are running a set time per time. Max line pressure, DTCs, etc. That stuff's not gonna fly because we run in a 350 trans. A lot of stuff here as well. Shift pressures, torque converter, torque management, like all of this stuff is stuff that you would control for your 460, 480, and other electronically controlled transmissions. There we go. So transmission is not a thing or an issue that we have, but it is a difference that was highlighted. Alright, so we're gonna save it. G-Body 15th experiment, moving right along. Now we getting into the nitty gritty. All right, engine diagnostics. I had to take a deep breath. I had to take a little deep breath right now. As far as I know, a lot of these are already the way that I want them to be. I'm not gonna mess with nothing in there. As far as DTCs, as far as misfire cylinder mode, let's see, show main, show compare. So this table here is going to be not moving. I was trying to see if it gave us a description of this, but it doesn't. Alright, so actually if we go right up here into diag, and it will bring you to misfire right here, cylinder not moving. So maximum time between events to declare a misfire when you're idle but not moving, idle but moving when you're in the medium RPMs and in your high RPMs. So all of that stuff is, something you should be aware of. DTCs we already addressed, that we're not gonna change them. Revolution mode, everything like that. So that's just how you get to it and can pull it up there. And then you've got the next tab, which is your airflow tab. So the MAV sensor frequency fail high. Set on this one, it's 13,000. Calculated air mass. Looks to be some differences here. So in the event that we just kind of wanted to take everything from here and copy it over to this table, then we could do it like that, and now it's no differences there. This one here, same thing with this. Take that one, and then you basically could take everything from this, take it here, copy, put it there, paste, and now there's no differences. Same thing with this frequency fail. That one says 14 versus 13, so we'll put that at 14. And I want to say other than that, there was really nothing there. And then we already addressed the airflow tab, so. Alright, so now we're gonna file, we're gonna save. And then we're about to get off into this engine tab, man. And this is, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff right here, so we're gonna take a commercial break. It will be right back. Alright, and we are back. We are back. And getting off into the most important, what I feel is the most important table or section of this whole thing. Because basically it controls the engine. So if you look here, like I said, this is still our comparison log, but if you were just coming into here and making some changes, everything would be done right here. So this is going to control any of those sensors and information that they give back to the computer, how it affects everything, etc. Because this is the experiment, before we get ready to go out there and play, then we're gonna dial a couple things in, or experiment with a couple things, should I say here. So torque management, and like I said, these are where the differences are in the two tunes. So if anything looks like it may, in their tune, it looks like it may be good for our tune, then we definitely want to change that. So we'll start in the abuse tab. So here, attack output. output resolutions. Drivetrain abuse. Enable RPM. RPM must be greater than this to enable drivetrain abuse calculations. This is set to 1400 with a speed greater than 255 to enable drivetrain abuse. So pretty much maxed out, I guess, to where you can't abuse it. If you look at their tune, theirs is set to 6,400 and 30 miles per hour. So I say that we okay, so the enable RPM must be greater than 6,400 to enable the drivetrain abuse. The speed must be below 30 to enable drivetrain abuse. So theirs is set at 64 and 30. Ours is set at 1400 and 255. So at a disabled speed, then it's definitely, I guess, always going to be on for drivetrain abuse. And this may be something that is going to come into play later. So I'm just going to make an annotation of everything that I changed here under the engine tab. That is very important. Because if this is successful, then we'll know exactly what's going on with our DPL. All right, so 1400 and 255. We're gonna change it to 6,430, and we're gonna see what that is. So 6,400. Now these two are the same. So under abuse, we'll just go ahead and save. And I'm gonna just save after every tab so we make sure we got everything. As far as AC bump torque on the lathe, I'm not too much worried about this one. Not exactly sure what it controls, but if we look over here, AC torque, time delay between commanding the AC on and the pressure loading up the engine. So being that we don't have AC, we're not going to have to worry about that. Go ahead and skip past that. All right, next tab, spark retard. Well, actually it's under general, and it shows that there's a difference in spark retard, torque loss percentage, max torque, and RPM versus gear. Since we're right here at the maximum torque and maximum net engine torque limit versus RPM, this has a range up to, so this has a range, it's set at 350. However, maximum net engine torque, maximum allowed engine torque for electronic throttle control fitted vehicles. This value is used to control a torque-based PCM output. This is used on some Holden vehicles to reduce fuel pump voltage. When the torque is below this value, wanting increasing the value of the vehicle will result in reduced fuel pressure when conditions possible during high torque operation. So ours is set at 350, and 640 is what our companion over here is set to. So let's go ahead sometimes when it puts the max limit, you just go one below that. I think I remember reading over seeing that. So maximum torque, RPM versus gear. So these show to be max engine torque versus RPM versus gear. Maximum allowed engine torque versus RPM in current gear for transmission protection. In some vehicles, gear axis 0 equals P. Park neutral 7 equals reverse. I can't really see what it is that's going on here. But if you look at this vehicle here, everything is at 640 across the board, and I think that's going to be possibly some of my issue. So, yeah. So now, no difference there. Go from there. So versus torque reduction. So this says 0 all the way across. This one is not 0 out, but there is somewhat of a difference. So basically, like I said, it is an experiment. We are going to basically take everything that is here and put it on our tune, and then that way in the future you can exactly see what happens. Alright, so spark retard, torque limit. Let's go back over here and look at our differences chart. My whole life has changed. Differences. What y'all know about that genuine? Alright, so yeah, max engine torque, maximum net torque. So all that stuff as far as the torque management has been taken care of engine side. I know you definitely don't want to max it out on the transmission, but I'm pretty sure the 350 can handle whatever it is that we are going to throw at it. Alright, so we're going to go File, and Save. Once again, to make sure that our changes are being saved, and if something was to happen, we don't have to start all the way up. Torque model. AC compressor versus IAT. Not going to worry about it. Torque calculation, energy, inertia factor. We're set at 0. That was at 0.1499. I don't know that it would really make a difference, so I'm not gonna keep it rolling. Spark. Now this is where we get into the nitty gritty. As far as advancing and retarding, man, this is something I'm really not familiar with. However, I'm here for it. This is, once again, this is also why this is an experiment and why we are here at this time. So if you look right here, Knoxon's with global game versus map versus cylinder. This was like 4,000 all the way up to 60. And after that it was 1. So this one has a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of forgiveness. It actually changes the wind a little bit sooner. So I think that probably not a bad thing. So either way, like I said, we're gonna grab that, bring that on over, paste, and we're gonna be good to go there. Knock sensor level versus tip end. I haven't had any knock issues, so I'm not thinking that I'm going to foresee any. However, like I said, if this tune was working for them, then I'm pretty sure it may very well so work with us as well. And then we got here. Differences in 0. And then we got knock sensor tip in, min, max. So for the minimum throttle position sensor for use of knock sensor, the max would be 100. So anything below 20% is not going to do anything, pretty much. Minimum TPS must be increased for the use of knock sensor, 15%. So, I guess it makes sense to have it a little lower. No, this was higher. So originally we had it higher. At 20 and 100. This is saying go from 1.99 to 65. So everything's the same there. Alright, so that takes care of the knock sensors, and we are going to save. Alright, y'all, we almost there. Almost time to go load this thing up, man, and see if and what if it made a change. It would be crazy, right? Retard. That takes care of the knock sensors. Retard. Alright, so I don't want to throw myself off. I'm going to continue working from the bottom to the top. Looks like this has everything zeroed out. Like I said, man, go for the gusto, man. Go for the freaking gusto. Let's see. Min map is going to be 50. Everything else the same. 50. And then we'll look at this here. delivery rates. Retard amounts. And like I said, I'm just taking a tune that is a known good tune and comparing it to my. Alright, so file save. Alright, and the last and final step, man, is what we're gonna get into is this retard. No, not retard. We're getting into the advance. So as you can see, it's quite a few differences here. I am going to look at what I can and try to understand it. Let me open up another window here. So this is probably where I was at when I was trying to kind of dial everything in. But was real uncertain or whatnot about what it was that was going on. So go to, like I said, not or Spark Advance. So yeah, these are the other sensors. Well, these are the other two that we were working our way through. Now we are to the advanced. So go to minimum spark retard. It was set at 10. This is set at 5. Well, that was negative 10. This is 5. The range of this is it says 25 to 55 degrees. It looks like. So copy that one. So yeah, that was that one. There's no differences there now. Cranking spark is going to be, so depending upon the temperature, anything over, if you'll see, it's pretty much the same up to 122 degrees, where it starts to vary, and the warmer it is, the difference is there. So we're going to take that and we're going to change that over here. No differences there. Add on the speed. And I know that this is not the most effective way per se to get, like I was saying, I know this is probably not the most effective way, man. But when you got people trying to hit you for like 500 for the tune, I mean, sometimes you gotta play the game, and then sometimes you just gotta see what you can make shake for yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is not professional advice, but however, I'm just trying to show you guys a way to go about it if you were to go about it. If you were trying to make this happen. So, I do appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if this is something that you are interested in. So I'm pretty sure this is where you get into some gangster shit. So if I'm not mistaken, I think it's right here. When I really did the tune, I think it might have been like right here in these first couple 2 or 3 rows is where you was trying to get it, just to start driveway engineering stuff. However, I do know that the guys did mention that the timing was like kind of crazy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, like I said, same thing, man. We're going to take that stuff, we're going to paste it over, and we're going to take it, we're going to paste it over. Worst case scenario, this don't work, and we gotta go pay a damn tuner anyway. Or worst case scenario, this don't work. We have to put the tune that was already on there, had the car running and driving on there, and then we gotta take it to an actual tuner or send a tuner our file, and we were not able to save any money. The plus side being, if we are able to save some money, then guess what? We just save some money. More than a little bit. Honestly, from when I originally did the tune, there really wasn't a lot that was done to the original, to be quite honest with you. There was not a lot that was done as far as sparking this. So this is like I said, man, we just trust in the technique. Worst case scenario, like I said, worst case scenario, don't none of this shit work. And guess what? We back to square one. We back to square one. But if it does work, I'm telling you. A lot of times, man, you just gotta be resourceful enough. To find good, accurate information and then be able to take that information and put it out there. I mean, a lot of people, they already have put a lot of this information out there in the universe, so to speak. So you just gotta go with it. So now we got these 4 blocks right here for the base. So we gonna go to show compare file. So we're gonna go 1.19, which is the same. We're gonna go 0.70% on that. We're going 250 and 1 versus 5 and 8. And if you look at those numbers, those is the hysterical or whatever, the values that above speed. So 1 mile an hour, this value is the speed required to disable the main spark table is 250. So yeah, if we're going 250 miles an hour, then yeah. And like I said, if you look at this stuff, man, some of it honestly makes sense. It really does. But you know, sometimes when people are doing in your tune, man, you know, shit, some stuff gets overlooked. I mean, it's a lot of possibilities that can happen. So enabled, spark smooth enabled. Now those are the same. So we're gonna save, because that's that. Come to fuel. When you think about it, fuel is a funny thing, right? Fuel is a funny thing. Alright, we'll be back after these messages. Talk about fuel. Alright, so welcome back. So we are going to, okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. We finished up comparing a file. We wrote the file and pretty much put it on the road. We took the draggy, took some other things, and overall, man, I gotta say, man, I feel like it runs better. I don't feel like it's still at its full potential. I guess I still have to take into account that the setup that this was for, if we go back to the speedometer, gear ratio, and tire size, theirs was set up for a 373, whereas ours is set up with 214. So I have a feeling that when we do with that same setup, when we get those 373s in there, man, it's gonna haul ass. I'm probably not gonna do too much more to the car. It honestly, I mean, man, it sounds good. It sounds really good. Like the idle is like different, the timing different, it chops different. And in the next video, you'll see I'll be releasing that draggy footage for y'all. It's still in its stock phase, so I'm not really tripping on the times. However, once some gears go in, them axles go in, that posi go in, that stall converter go in. We may even have a different cam that's gonna go in which that kind of, I won't say it defeats the purpose, but it'll kind of bring us back to square one. But yeah, once all that happens, man, like it may be a little force to be reckoned with, man. So hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. It's your boy LS7R254. Remember, identify your weaknesses, make it your strength. Life is all about choices. Choose wisely and productivity or procrastination. And remember that the hustle don't stop, the grind don't stop. Gone.